And I ask that you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
The meeting will please come to order. Do we have a proof of posting in accordance with Chapter 551 Texas Government Code as amended, known as the Texas Open Meetings Act?
Yes, sir.
Members of the public who wish to speak shall have 5 minutes to address the
Do we need a motion to have a pro tem?
No, ma'am. We did that about,
It was back in May.
it was in May.
Thank
We did that just May.
Thank
And
you.
it's the remainder of the fiscal year.
Got it.
But members of the public that would like to speak shall have 5 minutes. Yes, sir.
Calendar. I'm sorry, what?
Members of the public.
How are y'all? Appreciate the time to speak this morning. I'd like to inquire about something. It's our emergency management coordinator. We all know that that last week we had a pretty long search for Del McCabe, and Monday and Tuesday, and I thank the Lord that the outcome was positive. We never seen our emergency management coordinator. Not one time. I want to ask a question. What do we call an emergency? There's a tornado coming through our county. Is it a fire like we had at Teague several years ago? Is it an emergency when an 88-year-old male with dementia gets lost and his life is on the line? Is that an emergency? I do want to say, with Chandler, with Duval, the Fairfield Fire Department Chief, the Sheriff's Department, all the volunteer fire departments that showed up, and also the volunteers of residents in our county. And they were a big blessing to provide us rehab, coffee, drinks, food, different things of that nature. Was this not important enough to be concerned with? That's my question. The emergency management coordinator has a job to do. We cannot have an emergency management coordinator that just fill in a mandatory spot or position for this county. They need to be given tools and resources to reach out and to help with all emergencies. This has not happened in years. This puts the fire departments and the county in jeopardy. I'd like to see a working emergency management coordinator. I understand that our emergency coordinator at this point is a volunteer position. I believe that if we would put an emergency management coordinator on the payroll and give him or her the proper training and tools to do what an emergency coordinator is supposed to do, that's what we need to do. An emergency management coordinator should be providing training, looking for countywide grants, and being able to get resources and information on an emergency. I've asked him to come to countless meetings. I've asked him to come to my fire department to see what resources we have, and he has not shown up, not one time. He's not visited with the fire chiefs to take inventory of what resources we do have, and this is a consensus of all 9 fire chiefs, I promise you. We've got to put the right person in this position to get where we need to be with our emergency management coordinator. We have knowledgeable people that are right in front of our eyes that can do the job. I believe we need to make a decision and make this right. I'm asking you to put this on the agenda for the next meeting so we can get this started. If we keep doing what we're doing with this position, we're asking for trouble. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments? If not, we will go to item number 1, which is to approve the minutes of, well, let's see, do y'all want to go ahead and get go ahead and do, if it's agreeable with the court, we will skip down to number 12, number 13, and then number 14. If that's agreeable, is that agreeable with y'all? Okay. Number 12 is a public hearing related to the proposed Freestone County Property Assessment Clean Energy PACE program. So then we will now go into a public hearing to discuss that. And do you have the time, Linda?
9:06.
9:06. We have any members of the public that would, any comments?
I read the first page and saw that I'm not eligible.
Ma'am?
I said I read the first page and saw that I'm, as a private residential owner, I'm not eligible for this program. So my interest kind of waned. But I do want to know if this is something that is potentially in the future, something that all citizens of the county could take advantage of. Or is it just going to be commercial and industrial and apartments?
Like I can respond to that. Currently under Texas law, only commercial, industrial, multifamily can participate in the PACE program. Other states do have residential PACE. Texas does not have it at this time. I don't know statutory if or when that will ever happen. There has been some pushback by the Mortgage Bankers Association with regards to using PACE for residential.
Any other comments?
Commissioners, I'd like to speak on behalf, in favor of the PACE program on behalf of the Fairfield Economic Development Corporation. I've had several meetings with Lee, and we've had a meeting before this Commissioners Court meeting with the judge and all, and I think it's a good program. It's of no cost to the taxpayers or to the county. Navarro County has it in place, and it's a good economic development tool that he already has a company in town that would like to do some energy efficient upgrades that could benefit from the program. We may have some in the future, and it's certainly a good tool in economic development to maybe attract some rehabilitation of buildings and some economic development to the entire county, not just Fairfield. So I appreciate your consideration.
Thank you. Any other comments? We will close the public hearing.
9:08.
Thank you. We'll go to item number 13. Consider and approve a resolution establishing the Freestone County Property Assessed Clean Energy PACE program.
And this covers the whole county. Make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the resolution. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. We now go to item number 14. Consider and approve a professional service agreement for administration of a property assessed clean energy PACE program. From what I know, everybody has looked this over. Judge Grant, several other, Brian, everybody's looked it over, and so their recommendation was that it was a good thing for us, and that I believe that if there's any problems, we can get out of that contract within 30 days.
That is correct. This is a professional services agreement for Lone Star PACE, our firm, to do the program administration for the Property Assessed Clean Energy Program in the county. There is no cost to the county with regards to the services. We are paid by the property owner when a transaction closes, so there's no risk, no cost, or no liability to the county. There is a 30-day, there's no term to the agreement, but the county can terminate the agreement on 30 days notice at any time.
Thank you.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion to, in a second, to approve a professional service agreement for administration of a property assessed clean energy PACE program. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We will now go back up to item number 1, is to approve the minutes of November 4th and the November 18th special meetings minutes. Thank y'all. Y'all all have copies of the minutes? Y'all have copies of the minutes? Yeah. Okay.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of November 4th, 2019, and November 18th, 2019 special meeting.
I second.
We have a motion to approve the minutes of the November 4th and the November 18th special meeting. All in favor, aye. Opposed? Motion passed. We now go to budget transfers and amendments.
I make a motion that we approve the budget transfer.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the budget transfer. All in favor, aye. Opposed? Motion passed. We will now approve and pay bills for November the 13th and also for November the 20th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Make a motion that we approve the payout bill.
other discussion about the bills?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pay the bills of the November 13th and the November 20th. All in favor, aye. Opposed? Motion passed. Approve payroll.
Make a motion to approve.
I second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the payroll. All in favor, aye. Opposed? Motion passed. I sent y'all a little copy of that down there to sign. Did y'all sign it?
Yeah, we'll get it done.
Does it come up to you, or does she sign the payroll?
She has to sign it, so.
She has to send it back. Thanks, David. Reports is the next item on the agenda. Anyone have any reports?
I did. Mine's in
Beth, do you know where the report, where the treasurer report is at? I mean, I'm sure I have it here somewhere in this deal.
right here.
Okay, thank you. You'll have to bear with me. I've got lots of papers here. Okay, I have a report from the, you say from the treasurer, from Jeannie Keeney. I have a report from the treasurer. If anybody would like to see it, it'll be on file. And I have a report from the auditor's office. And I have a report from senior services.
What
City
months,
of-
what months are those for, Clyde?
Ma'am?
What months are those for?
November 19th. For senior services, November 20th. And
Mine's October 29th.
They're October.
the 20th, November 20th. Certified the November 20th payroll.
Thank you.
No, you got one.
Do we send these down here to Ms. Linda?
I actually think she has a copy already. You have a copy of all three of those reports?
Yes, sir.
I don't have the senior services.
Okay.
Yeah, I got something done. I think they are. This one, right here, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't feel that one.
Yes.
Any other reports? You make a motion?
Send that back.
We can make a motion to approve them all?
What now?
The report,
I'll make a motion that we approve.
Second.
we have a motion and a second to approve all the reports. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. Number 6, burn ban.
Carl, what do you think, Carl? Put it on?
We've had several fires. We have a chance of rain tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, we have some, I guess we can just look at it and see how it's raining, then if it don't rain, we'll just put it on
Next week.
next week.
Next week.
Okay. All right.
That's all right.
Right. We will go to item number 7, special road use agreements, contracts, permits, bonds, consider notification of telephone construction. Anybody have any road use agreements?
Is it bond?
Bonds, yeah.
on number 8?
That's road bonds now, I mean, private, your personal bonds will be next.
Okay.
Nobody has any? Okay. We'll go to number 8, approve bonds and election, education certificates of county officials and employees.
I got one from my Waco deal.
And I do too.
You have one? We have a completion, certification of completion for Allison French, has successfully completed tax, cyber, security awareness training, safe, computing, and this, on November 5th, this week, so this will also be. So is that, you made a motion to approve all of them?
I made a motion.
Okay. Then we had a second. So all in favor of approving the bonds and election certifications?
Make that motion.
All in favor?
Uh,
Opposed? Motion passed. Okay, item number 9 is a presentation by David Quinn, Program Manager of Public Power Pool regarding the county savings upper P3s, past procurements, and any analysis of future cost reductions under the new electricity contract for 2020 through 2022.
Good morning, Commissioners. Appreciate the opportunity to come present to you. My name is David Quinn. I'm the Program Manager for Public Power Pool. We're a 501c4 political subdivision corporation. The county joined the group in 2015. We have 100 political subdivision members around the state. The load of the group is about 1 million megawatt hours. It's worth about $74 million a year on behalf of our members. A lot of your neighbors are in the group. Like I say, you joined in 2015. I just wanted to give you a quick update on where we are with the current contract, and as we move into the next contract in 2020, what that means for the county and the savings that you'll see as we move into the new contract. So our record to date on behalf of members, by purchasing together, by combining all of our members' loads into one purchasing pool, we're able to really knock down the price and get a better contract, far better quality contract than you'll be able to get by yourself. Savings to date for the membership as a whole has been about $128 million. There is a presentation inside that folder on the right-hand side that shows you all of the details. We're able to achieve those savings by leveraging the size of the group and taking it out to the marketplace and essentially getting close to wholesale pricing by combining everybody together into one purchasing group. For the county, by itself, we've achieved savings of about $33,000 since 2015. If you take a look at the presentation on page 3, we show you a graph there that shows you exactly what we've done for the county in terms of cost savings. That is comparing what you've been contracted in through P3 compared to what you've been able to do by yourself if you've been out in the marketplace on every day since 2015. I want to talk to you a little bit about how we do that. When we do an RFP, we send the RFP out to every registered retail electric provider in the state. We're not trying to steer business to any one preferred provider or one that we have a special commission arrangement with. All providers are on a level playing field. There are about 150 of them doing business in the state. We make sure that every single retail provider is invited to bid on this load. The last time that we did this in 2017, like I said, we sent it out to over 150 retail electric providers. We had responses from 38, and then we narrowed it down to a short list based on those providers that were willing to adopt our preferential contract and work with us to make sure that members benefit from protections that we build into that contract. Our target for the county going into that procurement in 2017 was 3.69 cents. When we did the deal in June 2017, we were able to get better than that. We locked in at a rate of 3.44 cents. That's the lowest rate in the program's history for the membership as a whole. It averaged out about 3.25 cents across the membership as a whole. You're paying 3.44 cents averaged out over the next 3 years, starting in 2020. you'll pay 3.38 cents. In 2021, you'll pay 3.44 cents. And in 2022, you'll pay 3.49 cents. So that gets you to that 3-year average of 3.44 cents. That reduces your commodity cost by about 13%. So that's about $8,000 saving or reduction to the county starting in January compared to what you've been paying this year. So we're pleased to be able to deliver those kind of reductions and savings. Looking ahead, you know, the size of the program means that we're always wanting to watch the market and make sure that we're in the right place at the right time if a new buying opportunity comes up. The P3 board of judges and commissioners met last month and told us that we should probably start thinking about going into a new procurement mode. So we've been going out to the industry, getting real-time pricing of what would be available for members if we were to start a new procurement. And given the shape of the forward pricing curve, again on page 5 of that presentation, I'll show you a graph that looks like this. It's an unusual shape forward pricing curve. It is what we call a hockey stick curve. The further out you go, the cheaper it gets, which is an unusual dynamic. Usually pricing is a little bit lower in the short term and then increases over time. This is flipped. So we are sensing that there's a good pricing opportunity, a good opportunity to start new procurement. And based on the research that we've done, we're seeing that if we were to enter the market in the next few months, we would guess that if we were to do a 2-year contract beginning in 2023, members would see about a 1.4% reduction in current rate. If we do a 5-year contract, we're estimating it would be about 7.7% reduction. And if we did a 7-year contract, we're looking at close to 10% reduction compared to current pricing, compared to what you're all currently paying. And I've included a graph here to show you what that means for Freestone Bank. On page 6, there's a slide there called the program price of forward review. Just take a look at that for a second. That shows you the pricing that we think is out there and available if we were to go into the marketplace in the next few months on your behalf. That we'll be looking at a price of about 3.355 cents for 2023, 3.156 cents for 2024, 3.011 cents for 2025, 2.931 cents for 2026, 2.9 cents for 2027, 2.9 cents for 2028, and just under 2.9 cents for 2029. Now, the board will review our progress on this and will instruct us based on what our market analysis is about how far we should go out. Right now, we're projecting that whereas in the past most of our contracts have been 2 to 3 years, there may be a significant cost benefit to going out further into the future to lock in that kind of rate, because when we're getting below 3 cents, that's historically low pricing in Texas. We think that's something that P3 members would want to benefit from, and we're ready and active to be able to lock in that price once we have a committed load, once we have assurance from each of our members that we should be acting on their behalf in the marketplace. So I may be coming back to you in the spring, with the early part of next year, with an actual rate projection, targets, a ceiling, and a target we think we'll be able to achieve for the county. So we're not asking for any action at this time, just wanted to give you an update, and also give you the good news about the savings that you're going to be seeing with kicking the new contract in 2020.
We're at 344 right now until 2023.
The rate average out over the next 3 years, Commissioner, is 3.44 cents for the next 3 years. The first year is a little bit cheaper. The second year, I think, is right at 3.44, and the third year is a little bit more expensive. And that was just the nature of the pricing curve back when we did the deal in 2017. I mean, we've been seeing historically low prices for quite a while now, and we think that it's going to continue, the trend will continue. We don't take any action without oversight of our board. Our board is comprised of Judge Jenkins from Dallas County, Judge Whitley from Tarrant County, Commissioner Adrian Garcia from Harris County, Commissioner Dennis Beatty from Rockwell County, and the Executive Director of the Evans County Appraisal District. So they are the board that gives us our marching orders. We're not going to take any action until they instruct us to enter the market and start working on this. Just wanted to give you an update. Happy to answer any questions. My card is in the folder. You can call me anytime if you have any inquiries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will now go to item number 10, which is considered accepting sealed bids for Canon Image Runner 3300 printer from the district attorney's office. Karen, do you know anything about that?
We didn't have any bids. So I guess it's be up to y'all, whatever you want to allow them to do with that printer, to dispose of it however they want to. We didn't get any bids.
No bids?
No bids.
I would say leave it up to what Ron and them want to do with it, would y'all? I mean, that would be my recommendation. What about y'all?
Here at school and have it recycled.
Sir?
If it doesn't
It's
work.
working, it's
Oh, it
in
is
working
working.
condition. I mean, that's what Robert said, so, but they did not have, we didn't get any bids in the office.
So what's our next, do you know what our next step is?
Y'all have to decide what you can, choose to let Brian do.
Can anybody else use it? Is it usable?
It is useful, I mean, you can you can, I guess, give it to, schools
You
or.
can donate it probably to somebody that could, I would think that, I'm not for certain, we'd have to look at the law, but I think probably we could let Brian decide what to do with it. I
Don't
mean,
nobody in the county need it?
We can put a flyer around. We haven't done, at this point, we haven't done anything because we're just waiting on the bids. They just were due in by Monday, so it's just whatever y'all want to do with it now. You want to pass around an email and to
I
let
would say if somebody within the courthouse or county could use it.
Okay.
And if they can't, then we have to do something with it. I'll go for that.
Okay.
so we need to make a motion to do that. Is that your motion, Craig?
I reckon.
And that's your second?
That is.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye? Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 11, consider competitive bidding, sealed bids to replace 10 existing MDS LEDR at 6 locations in Freestone County. Jeremy Shipper.
This is the grant for our telecommunication, the $93,000 grant that we've been blessed to receive. All it is for them to be able to go out and get the pricing and from the different people doing it.
Grants are gonna cover the cost of it? Grants will cover the cost of it?
The grant is paying for the $93,000 upgrade for our entire telecommunication system on one channel at every tower.
And they gonna cost the county nothing?
No.
Make that motion.
The thing with that is, Craig, is we'll have to pay for it first, from what I understand.
Yeah, but they reimburse it.
But we're gonna get reimbursed.
It's like all the other grants we've been getting since we've been.
I still make that motion.
Second. A motion and a second to consider competitive bidding for the 6 locations in Freestone County. All in favor, aye? Opposed? Motion carried. I think we have made it through the agenda. Any comments from commissioners? You don't have any comments?
I want to comment on my brother Paul on our emergency management. I have said that since I got here, that it is vitally important that we have a emergency management that is involved so that we can be directed, and for him not to be out there during that time. I think we really do need to look at that very seriously. In the event that we have another tragedy like this, so we can have someone help coordinate. I totally agree with you on that.
Anyone else?
No motion with adjourn.
That's it.
I'd like to say thanks to all people on Commissioner Davis. Well, it's been your time.
Yeah.
A lot of people's involved in it.
We have a motion, we'll take all in favor, aye. We're adjourned.